All right, well, we just have a minute left, so we want to officially welcome you all to our Notary Q&A on behalf of Notary educators. I am Kimmi. We have Alexis here with us, one of our other trainers. She primarily focuses on the loan signing piece, Google My Business piece, and we all do everything. And I'm Kimmi. If you don't know, have a YouTube channel, Notary Life with Kimmi, also part of the Notary Educators training team. And again, we all teach everything. I kind of focus on the Notarize Like a Pro piece, the foundation of getting our notaries started. A lot of times that's where we find people have the hardest time just getting started because of a lack of knowledge. Just really briefly, as I was stating earlier, I became a notary after my sister was ill and her friend came by the hospital and was just telling me what her profession was. And I was like, really? You can make money doing that. So I started learning, and then I decided I wanted to share everything I knew. And I started my channel, and people would reach out and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? And they were finding things to be kind of complicated. And I'm really good at simplifying things. So I was able to use that gift and be able to help people in the industry. So Alexis, you want to share just a little bit about yourself, and then we'll hop into tonight's topics.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Alexis. I have been a notary since 2020. I followed after Kimmy's footsteps after she became a notary and she was telling me all the good things she was doing out there. I was like, let me go ahead and give it a try. And from there, I just built out my business and started incorporating different services. And yeah, and now we're here 4 years later, and it's been a journey. I can't believe it's been that long,
I know.
actually, right? But yeah, so now we're here, and now we just want to share everything we've learned along the way with everyone else.
So for those of you who do not know, the sister that I'm referring to that was ill in the hospital, I actually lost her in 2019, and that is Alexis's mom. So Alexis is my niece. So many of you may not have known that. So she is my niece, and I'm so happy she's working the business with us. And Angela is a dear friend. Known her over 20 years. We got reconnected during COVID. She just happened to call me out the blue about something, and I answered my phone with my mobile notary greetings. And she was like, I didn't know you was a notary. And then my business had started picking up, and then I started sharing business with her. And then she was like, I might as well do my own business. So I encouraged her to become a signing agent because she was not a signing agent at the time, had no interest in becoming one. And I was like, well, if you're going to teach this, you need to be one. So she went ahead and got her notary signing agent certification through the NNA, which we'll talk about shortly. So again, we want to welcome all of you who may be new to the notary space, who are trying to grow your business. And just briefly, I wanted to talk about, we have a little outline. It's very brief because we really want to focus on your questions and how we can best help you in your business and get started. But most people don't even know what a notary is. So you might have saw a YouTube video, or someone told you about it, or girl, have you heard people making money doing ABC? Oh, I got a tickle in my throat, y'all. Sorry. Sorry about that. I just ate some hot chips before I came on. So anyway, so you might have watched a YouTube video, saw a TikTok, and it's like all this money you can make. You can make all this money. But what is the main role of a notary? The main role of the notary, though, is to make sure that we help prevent fraud when documents are being signed. So again, it's not something where you have to go to school for 10 years. You have to take a lot of courses with, thousands of modules. Once you get the basics of what your duties are, then we find most people are more confident and able to start their business. Now, a lot of us have never had businesses, right? So we don't really know how to build it out, which also can be frightening. We'll talk about that in just a second. But the other piece of it is, how do you become a notary? If you are here tonight and you are not a notary, the main thing you will do is go to your state, because each state has a little bit the process may be just a little bit different. So like in Georgia, we have our division that handles notaries, but then we also have the Secretary of State. 99% of you will go to your Secretary of State to start the process. And you will receive what's called a commission. It's not called a license. You'll often hear people say, I got my license. It's called a commission. And you're typically commissioned for 4 years. There are a few states that allow even 10-year commissions. Typically it's 4, a couple of them are 2, but for 4 years. So you're able to notarize documents, identify people, make sure they are who they say they are. That's your most important duty out there, is to make sure. So are most of you already notaries? If you can just maybe, since most cameras are off, maybe you can find the little emoji thing and say thumbs up if you are, or just shake your head. Are most of you already commissioned notaries? I see a lot of thumbs up. Okay. And a few no. Okay, very good. Very good. So for those of you who may not be, I'll encourage you just to start at your state level, which is going to be the Secretary of State. And they are going to be the ones to outline your next steps. Typically, it's just having 2 people say that they know you. Again, each state is just a little bit different. That form actually has to be notarized sometimes. And the notary at the commission office, they can notarize it for you too sometimes. So that's very state specific, that piece, okay? Overall, being a notary though, all of your documents will not originate in your state. So if you're in Texas, all of your documents will not come from Texas. I'm in Georgia. All of my documents do not come from Georgia. Matter of fact, the signing I had tonight was from Iowa. The people were selling a property there. So that's why the way we teach is not for you to be overly concerned about, oh, I have to see every single document. The way we teach you is how to be a notary. Can you imagine a surgeon and his main part of the body that he works on is hearts, right? Right? Can you imagine him saying, I have to see the heart of a Black person. I have to see the heart of a white person. I have to see the heart of an Asian person. A heart is a heart, right? Yes, it's the same thing with documents. A document, a piece of paper is just a document. You just need to know how to properly notarize the document, what your notarial duties are. There's no way for a surgeon to see every type of person. What if he says, well, I need to see the heart of a taller person, or I need to see the heart of a short person? You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing in notary signing agent space, notary world. You will never see every single document. And that's what stalls a lot of people from starting their business. I have to see the documents. Well, we want to overcome that fear with you and help you to see that once you learn how to properly notarize, if you haven't already seen my video, you can even notarize a piece of toilet paper. Did you guys get to see that video? Yes, well, it's on my channel if you have not. You can even notarize a piece of toilet paper, okay? So that's how broad your documents will come in the form of. So if you know how to notarize, you know how to notarize. And that's what we specialize in. So the last piece I'll add on just general notary or just being a notary is that a lot of people will tell you, well, I don't think it's that notarizing or knowing how to notarize is the most important thing. You need to know how to market. You need to know how to market. Anybody can teach you how to stamp a piece of paper. If that were the case, we wouldn't be having so many problems out here in the notary signing agent space. People do not know how to notarize. They know how to market, but they don't know how to properly notarize. So back to the doctor analogy. The doctor has this big old office, all shiny and new furniture, but you find out he's never performed a surgery. Is that who you really want to do it, or he's not comfortable? He only learned so much. He didn't learn all the parts or all the moving pieces of being a surgeon, right? But he got a beautiful office now. So that's what we find a lot of notaries, unfortunately, are falling into that. And they don't know. So what you don't know, you don't know, right? So we want to expose you to the fact that once you do have that good foundation, knowing how to properly notarize, now we can move on to the next step, and that's building out our business. So I've talked about just becoming a notary, what those steps are. Start at if you're taking notes. So if you're thinking about becoming a notary, or you need to find out exactly what your notarial duties consist of, not the notarization piece, because most states don't teach that. That's why we had to end up creating our course, Notarize Like a Pro, because that's how we teach you how to properly notarize. We'll come back to that later.